Hi there, Mike Perez with Mastering the Young Band. One of my favorite warm-ups to use at the beginning of the school year with especially my second year players and my third year players as well is these warm-ups in my Essential Foundations warm-up packet called Chromatic Basics. There are 4 chromatic basics, and what it basically is taking small groups of the chromatic scale from kind of a middle range to lower to mid-high to our upper notes, and it plays them as a whole note. Then it plays them as 2 half notes, and then it plays as quarter half note, and then quarter notes. What's really unique about my Chromatic Basics page is it has a couple of features on it that helps students to understand their fingerings. So the first thing is it says the note name, and it does have the enharmonics, F sharp, G flat, for instance, and then it has their fingering right there on the page. So at the beginning of the year, when students are, still have their summer brain and they're trying to remember all these notes and fingerings and that kind of stuff, there it is right on the page, and they kind of just play through it. What I'll typically do is I'll set the metronome to 72, and I'll go, okay, number 1, note name, say it, ready, go, G, play it, breathe, and then they play the line of concert F or G. And then they stop, and then number 2, say the note name, say it, ready, go, F sharp, G flat. And then a lot of times, especially on a note that's maybe more of a chromatic note, I'll say, okay, show the fingering to your pair and trio. Set. 1, 2, number 2, and then they play line 2. Number 3, note name it, ready, go. They say the note name for number 3. If it's a basic note, I won't have them show fingerings. Play it, and then we just play through. The next part, after they play through each note with all those 4 different rhythms, then it connects the notes. So it'll go from a concert F to a concert E and a half note, concert E to concert E flat D sharp. So then they work their way down chromatically, and then they work their way up chromatically through those 8 notes or 6 notes, depending on the chromatic basics on the page. And then we'll turn to Chromatic Basics 2, works on their lower range. This is a great start of year warm-up because you can start them in the middle. It reminds them of their chromatic fingerings, it reminds them of their note names, and it gets them playing. It's a fantastic way to start the year for your students. Usually in the first day, I just concentrate on Chromatic Basics and Chromatic Basics 2, and then I'll add on Chromatic Basics 3, and then as their range is getting back to where it was from beginning band, then we'll move on to Chromatic Basics 4. I will say this, my beginners, we do get through all 4 of the Chromatic Basics pages, so this is entirely review for them, but those are great pages to start off the year to get your kids reading their music again, reminding themselves of all their fingerings and chromatic fingerings, as well as note names, and a little bit of interaction showing each other fingerings. So if you've never used my Chromatic Basics that way, it's a fun way of reviewing and reinforcing what they learned the year before. Hope you find that helpful. Give that a try.